Crosstourer. It is a V4, so I'm going to change my bike, because even though I would have the funds to get a second bike, not just to replace it, but to get a second bike, it would not be advisable, because as I said, Estonia has 9 months of shitty skiing weather, and if I'm going to get this bike, it has twice the fuel consumption as my bike, so it would not be cheap to ride. And since I want to do most of my riding on the highway or back roads, it's gonna hurt my wallet. And the good thing is I don't have to make the decision before the next year. But one thing is certain: if I am going to change my bike to a Honda, it will be a DCT gearbox. Yeah, I know, Jeff, that you don't like DCT, but I haven't tried the other automatic gearboxes, but the Honda's DCT, it is really good. And in my opinion, it doesn't take away anything from motorcycling. I thought that when I'm going to get a Crosstourer, if I'm going to get the Crosstourer, not when, I will buy the foot shifter too. So the only difference then will be that if you are starting behind the stop line, you don't need a clutch, but you can still change gears, because you can change gears on a motorcycle without a clutch. And if you have a quick shifter, better. So my point is, it enhances. So yeah, those are just my thoughts. My girlfriend thought that it will be a really hot with the Crosstourer, since it has a so nice weather protection, but I think she's wrong. I think she's wrong. Now I have to figure out. Okay, I know where I'm going. I was just thinking that which route should I take. I'm taking this bike to the same area where I dropped my bike. God, I hope I don't drop this. It's just so big. If I'm going to drop it, it's going to stay there. Actually, I'm not sure, because I didn't struggle with an NC and it's only 40 kilograms heavier. And since it's not the 40 kilograms you have to pick up, it's the 40 kilograms you have to push. We'll see, we'll see. Hopefully I don't drop it. I never ever wanted to drop my bike either, so one route is that way that I could take, but one thing I have to say, V4 sounds awesome, but is it me or it's the Crosstourer, but the Crosstourer's exhaust does not sound as good as the CB650 did. One other thing, in addition to the foot shifter, I would take a Kropovich. Some of you know that I had a small mishap when two military ladies were walking, and I wanted to rev bomb them, and they didn't hear me. I was rev bombing and nobody heard me. With my bike, yeah. And Akropovich, why? Because then when I'm riding, people can hear me. This sounds good too, but not as good as the CB650 did. But they are different engines, so yeah. Anyways, I can't rev bomb with Akropovich either. But I can put it into neutral, and behind the stoplight I can actually do what RJ does, the throttle flirt. I'm not actually... I don't want to make my fiancée jealous, so I don't think I would be doing that. I do love her a lot, so she is the best thing that has happened to me in my life. Thanks to her I have a bike, and you know the story. I made a vlog about it. If you wanna hear it again, then find it. It's the how I got the Falcon. But lane splitting with this thing, not gonna happen. Actually, not sure. It's a big bike, but I could do that kind of lane splitting that I was doing with an NC. The switches are not as good as with the NC. That's weird. They should be better, but you see this? It's just weird. It's just weird. Yeah, definitely Airhawk is the thing I would need for the rear seat, for the pillion. And another thing is that I don't slip. And that's one good thing, that I don't slip. But still, I would need an Airhawk. That's... Honda, why? Why wouldn't you allow the... Why do you mass produce that kind? Maybe it would be better if people would actually order different seats for their height and weight. This paint job, black, looks good, but not that good as the Como did. The Como was awesome. The Como was really awesome. It does feel more secure than the NC did on that kind of road.